As we know, the plants in our gardens are connected very intimately with the environment, and that's the soil, that's the neighbouring plants around them, that's the trees, that's the country that your garden is in, that's which part of the earth your garden sits on. It's a really big picture, and that big picture goes out as far as the sun and the moon and the other planets, right out to the cosmos. And that's really what biodynamics is about, just plugging into these natural rhythms, this bigger picture, with the aim of growing the best quality fruit, vegetables and flowers that are in connection with their environment and full of vigour and full of health. So for example, we have the sun rhythms which affect life on Earth. It's the daily day and night rhythm, that's coming directly from the sun. And we have the seasons of the year, that's another sun rhythm. And we have the moon, which travels around the earth once every month. And that is very visible to us in the sky as the phases of the moon. In biodynamics, we use a planting calendar, which gives us the most favourable times to sow and cultivate and harvest our crops in line with the moon rhythms. If I sow my seeds a week before the full moon, then I can be sure that I'm going to get a much better germination and the plants will get off to a really good start and grow well. Another of the really strong influences of the moon is the fortnightly rhythm. When the moon appears in the sky to get lower and lower each day, and that's really good time to work with the soil. So very good time for planting. The plants really connect with the soil much quicker, and root development and also adding compost to your soil is really best done in this time. That's when the moon appears to get higher and higher in the sky for a fortnight, and that's really good time for harvesting, particularly fruits like apples that you want to store for a long time, and also a really good time for doing things like cuttings and graftings when all of the activity is more focused on the top of the plant rather than the bottom. So most gardeners are used to the idea of organising their crops in terms of a crop rotation, depending on the plant's needs. But in biodynamics, we actually organise our plants a little bit differently. If we are looking at the part of the plant that we want to ultimately harvest from. For a lettuce crop, for example, if I wanted to sow my lettuce and get the best lettuce I could, I would use a leaf day. So another of the plant organisations is the fruiting plants. Something like courgettes or squashes. These are best sown on a fruit day before full moon, and if you want to be really organised, you can try and harvest them on a fruit day as well, particularly if you're going on to make something like a chutney or a pickle. There are other plant families that we use in biodynamics. The roots, that would be carrots or beetroots. And then the other plant family is the flowering plants. So if you were cutting flowers, if you choose a flower day, they will be much more vibrant and last longer in the vase. The calendar gives us an opportunity to work in a different sort of way. We can organise our garden work to optimise the effects that the planetary rhythms will have. This is the calendar that I've used for 22 years, but there are lots of other calendars available. There's lots of information on the internet as well. So it's really a case of just finding out what works for you. But this one is actually available from the Biodynamic Association.